Good morning. Now on Good Day Las Vegas, a rough night in Dallas. We have an update on some tornadoes and severe weather that rolled through that part of Texas. No severe weather like that here in the valley, of course. Sherry's going to show you some changes, though, in your Weather Now forecast. And a lot of people complaining about the new Hov lanes. They're enforced 24 hours a day, as we know, here in Las Vegas, but maybe not for long. Some changes could be coming. We'll break that down. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
Now, live. This is Good Day Las Vegas.
What? Bro, we're in a tornado! What? We're in a tornado!
Wow, just panic in North Texas. At least one tornado touching down.
This morning, dozens of homes and businesses damaged or destroyed by that severe weather.
Thank you for joining us here on Good Day Las Vegas. I'm John Langler. Alex has the day off. Boy, just some really dangerous storms there.
Yes, and I'm Sherry Swensk. In Dallas this morning, the search continues for anyone who may have been trapped by that storm last night.
Mark Liverman has an update on the situation.
Video shows a massive tornado touching down in North Texas. The system left a trail of damage across Dallas.
It started shaking. It felt like kind of like an earthquake. It started moving the house around and a lot of whistling, all that wind. And then you could hear like branches hitting the windows and stuff. I thought the roof was going to fall off.
Just after 9 p.m. Central Time Sunday, residents of Dallas and Ellis County were instructed to take shelter immediately.
It was just like out of a movie, you know. We heard this strong wind.
Trees and utility poles were snapped in half. Many buildings in the area were damaged or destroyed. According to the CBS affiliate in Dallas, based on the damage seen, winds may have picked up to more than 110 miles per hour.
And that new bank someone said that was just put up?
Benchmark.
Oh.
It's gone?
It's like bad. Water's flying out.
First responders searched for hours for survivors and people who may have been trapped. Tens of thousands of Dallas residents also lost power as a result of the weather system. Mark Liverman, CBS News.
Quite a powerful storm, Sherry.
Definitely, and the intersections, so many of those without power, just creating a nightmare for commuters this morning because there's no traffic signals that are working.
And that storm system isn't going anywhere. It's moved through the Dallas area, but in that part of the country, there's still got some pretty nasty
It's held
weather.
on to a lot of its strength, and so it's moving into Arkansas, even up into Tennessee. So check the radar right now. Yeah, it is not weakened much at all. We go back right over to Dallas, where you can see two clusters of storms that hit the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here's that first little one. Then you see a big line of them that exploded right over the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Then they continue to hold together and sweep through. And that's what's really headed over towards Arkansas and all the way up into Tennessee, where they've got tornado watch boxes right now for the Memphis area and severe thunderstorm watch boxes down into Arkansas this morning. That was a long line of heavy rain and high winds, 110 mile per hour winds. Back in the West, we're very quiet. We're going to stay very mild. Temperatures are a little chilly this morning. We are into the 50s, and some neighborhoods even dipping into the upper 40s like Nellis. Not too much in the way of wind. We had some breezy winds on Sunday that cooled our highs back to around 75 degrees. We'll be a little bit warmer again today. We'll get into those 60s through the morning, mid-70s by noon. We'll finish off right around 80 degrees. Plenty of sunshine for your Monday. And of course, we cool off quickly with that sun gone before 6 p.m. Let's get to the roads and check in with Nate now at 5:04. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Sherry, and good morning to you on your back to work, back to school Monday morning. We have some potential trouble brewing down in this airport connector lane restriction. We've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. They've been taking away one lane for the northbound side off the 215 into the airport property, and they have not yet lifted the cones. Now, normally they're done by 5 a.m., but you can tell that the cones are still there, and there's only one lane getting through, so it looks like it may be kind of a long ride through there until they get those cones taken away, so expect some delays. Well, now we want to talk about HOV lanes. Governor Sisolak wants a review of the 24-hour HOV lanes in the next 18 months. The around-the-clock enforcement of HOV, of course, the source of a lot of complaints. Well, the governor says 24/7 enforcement for at least 3 years is required because Project Neon got federal money. Sisolak now says that 3-year enforcement could be cut in half. Nevada Department of Transportation may not have gotten that memo, though, and telling the Review Journal they're sticking with the original plan. John?
All right, Nate, thank you very much. 5 minutes past 5. This week marks 1 year since Southern Nevada Police started their Dui Strike team. That's a partnership between Metro Police and Nevada Highway Patrol to crack down on drunk driving. And it appears to be working. The team now says it's made more than 1,000 arrests. Deadly DUI crashes are down 70% from the same time last year. A recent study from the FBI and the National Highway Safety Administration, Traffic Safety Administration, shows nearly 30% of all deadly crashes in Nevada involve a drunk driver. It is 6 minutes past 5. The 20-year search for Carla Rodriguez continues. She vanished when she was 7 years old in downtown Las Vegas. In an effort to advance the search, Rodriguez's family held a press conference with Metro Police and released some new details. Bianca Holman live this morning downtown with information. Bianca, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, John. Yes, that press conference, her family, Carla's family, was there. And as you can imagine, they're still heartbroken and are searching for their loved one. Now, Metro has released new details sharing that they're going to use new technology to try and solve this case. And just some brief background, Carla disappeared in 1999, October 20th, 1999, just right here on 6th and St. Louis. That's when she disappeared. And there were about 100 people in the following weeks that were out looking for her. Metro Police have released a composite sketch of what Rodriguez would look like now. She would actually be 27 years old, and her family says they're not giving up hope.
20 years later, we're still here hoping that someone out there, please give us any clue. We're still gonna be here. We're not gonna give up until we find somebody or someone who had seen her.
We're going to be entering the DNA profiles into different types of databases that are traditionally used in a law enforcement setting in the hopes of obtaining a hit, in hopes that Carla Rodriguez has in fact also reached out to these same databases and provided her samples, which may potentially provide a match and allowing us to solve this 20-year-old case.
And of course, they're actually going to use Carla's parents' DNA to try to match up any potential matches that may be out there in those databases. And also, again, investigators are asking if you know any information, if you may have seen someone that may look like Carla, or you think back to 1999 and you were in this area, may have seen something or heard something, to of course contact Metro as soon as possible. Reporting live, Bianca Holman, 8 News Now.
All right, Bianca, thank you. It is now 8 minutes past 5. A third arrest has been made in the murder of a missing woman whose body was found in the Nevada desert. Now, behind me, you see pictures of Esmeralda Gonzalez. That's the woman who was murdered. 39-year-old Cassandra Bacones was arrested in Wisconsin. She faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder and kidnapping. Last week, 45-year-old Christopher Prestopino on the left of your screen and 31-year-old Lisa Mort on the right. They were both arrested for the death of Esmeralda Gonzalez. Authorities say Gonzalez was missing for 5 months before a tip led police to her body earlier this month. An arrest report claims police were told Esmeralda was a prostitute hired by Prestopino. After using drugs together in his home, the two allegedly argued and Prestopino allegedly strangled her to death. Overseas, Britain's parliament could vote today on the most recent proposal to leave the European Union. The new Brexit deal was announced last week, but in an unexpected twist over the weekend, Parliament forced Prime Minister Boris Johnson to ask the EU for a delay. Johnson doesn't want that. He insists the UK will leave the EU by October 31st. The Prime Minister is asking Parliament for another vote today, but it's not clear if that's going to happen. Today is election day in Canada. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party's in a pretty close race with the Conservative Party. It's led by that man, Andrew Scheer. Even if the Conservative Party picks up votes up in Ottawa, Trudeau could stay as Prime Minister by forming a coalition government with other parties. Sherry?
The first federal opioid trial is expected to begin today. Last week, multiple drug companies, including Johnson & Johnson and Teva Pharmaceuticals, proposed a $50 billion settlement, but local governments declined that offer. The companies will now defend themselves over allegations they fueled the nation's opioid crisis. The trial is seen as a test for similar lawsuits from governments around the country, including Nevada and Las Vegas. Another day on the picket lines for Chicago public school teachers. 25,000 educators are on strike, demanding better pay, smaller classrooms, and more resources. 300,000 students are missing their third day of classes. Those school buildings are still open for children who need a place to stay. John?
Cranes that stood above a Hard Rock hotel that was under construction. They were imploded a little more than a week after the partial collapse of that building, the accidental partial collapse. 3 workers died in that accident. 2 bodies are still in the wreckage. Now they can be recovered. There's still no word on what caused the initial collapse. It is 5:11 here on your Monday morning. We all have things that are friends. Coming up next, we're going to have a recap of all the different things that happened across the valley to celebrate the old sitcom. Also, the Hollywood costume that is trending this morning that drew inspiration from this scene in Friends. You're watching the Valley's news leader.
You're watching the Valley's news leader with John Langler, Alex Backus, Sherry Swensk, and Nate Tannenbaum. This is Good Day Las Vegas on 8 News Now.
Oh my God, so many festivities this weekend to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Friends.
We always celebrate sitcoms like this, right? Here's a look at some of the fun from a pop-up experience that was outside New York, New York. The iconic orange couch was there, Phoebe's taxi cab, a Central Perk made of Legos, And you see the taxi cab there. It took 4 months and 900,000 bricks to put that is the central perk of Legos together. The coffee cups, magazines, all made of Legos.
Wow.
Ross's
cool.
pet monkey Marcel was also there, although the monkey was not in Legos.
No, it was the real Marcel.
The real Marcel.
I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Whew, well, not everybody was on key there, but everybody knows the song. I'll Be There For You is the Friends theme, and performing it, the original artists, the Rembrandts. They played several different times. That was Saturday outside of T-Mobile Arena, and I think it drew a pretty good crowd. You could hear all the singers. Now that version sounds a whole lot better, doesn't it? The Friends theme song is now one of the newest shows at the Bellagio Fountains. It debuted Friday night to a crowd of fans. That's fun. And the Blue Man Group got a hold of an iconic couch from Central Perk where Ross, Rachel, Chandler, Monica, Joey, and Phoebe all used to hang out there. They decorated it in a way that only the Blue Man Group can. As you can see, it was splashed with paint. People could sit there, take pictures with it. I guess quite fun.
And the Friends stories continue. This is one of the iconic scenes, though, the one where Monica ends up with a turkey on her head.
Oh, yeah.
She wore it, of course, to cheer up Chandler. Well, now that could be a Halloween costume. The turkey head costume now available on the website Firebox. The website Firebox. Because you want to spend $40 to put a plastic turkey on your head.
It does cheer you up, in fairness.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, but the stuffing is apparently brain matter.
The big turkey, that had to be heavy on her head. I don't know,
I'm guessing it was a prop. It might have been a prop.
It may not have been a real turkey.
It might have been a stunt turkey.
Stunt turkey. Well, I think we've had our fair share of friends for a while. Have we not? Wow. Can you get enough friends? I don't know. All right. Well, if you made it down there and you had enjoyed it, good for you. It was a beautiful weekend to get out and about and have some fun. Great Monday coming our way for getting back to school and back to work. Right now around the valley, lots of 50s. It's pretty chilly out there if you're going to be out for a while. It's just crisp, fall crisp. 41 degrees up there at Kyle Canyon. Really clear over most of the west except way up in the Pacific Northwest. Still getting some light rain and snow showers. It's the middle of the country. That's where the problems are this morning. A long line of showers and thunderstorms, including severe weather. Those tornadoes that hit the Dallas area last night, and that line of thunderstorms still holding together with severe thunderstorms, even tornadoes still on the watch around Memphis, Tennessee, all the way down into Arkansas. Heavy rain swept through Little Rock and now on its way through the Mississippi area. Over into Alabama, but Memphis still has some severe weather boxes out there, including tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. So back to the west, we've got a ridge building, and that's going to deliver some very mild weather for us. Warmer today at 80 degrees. We were 79 Saturday, 75 yesterday. So we'll start to build that warmth back in. 80 today, 82 tomorrow, and by Wednesday, 84. That'll be our warmest day of the week. Another breezy system knocks us back to some upper 70s, which is really pretty close to normal for Thursday and Friday. And then the weekend settles in around 80 degrees. Maybe some more clouds coming in on Sunday. Alrighty, Nate, what's going on the roads at 519?
Well, we have a potential problem for folks who like to use the airport connector tunnel off the 215 to get through and towards town. Here's the deal. We've been talking about this for the past few weeks where they take away a lane on the northbound side. They usually have it reopened by 5. That is not the case this morning, and our live camera showing it is starting to jam up through there. So all the way from the 215, that'd be near the top of your screen, and then the tunnel at the bottom of your screen. So I don't know when they're going to take those cones up. Also, a crash in the near southeast, and this blocking lanes at Tropicana and Eastern. You're looking at northbound Eastern here and westbound Tropicana. Looks like some traffic is able to squeeze through there, but look for those flashing lights and expect a delay. John?
Nate, thank you. It's 20 minutes past 5 on your Monday morning. Coming up next, we're going to check the morning business headlines. We're live from Wall Street. One airline just pulled off the biggest, longest, I should say, commercial flight in history. How long passengers were forced to be in the air. Plus, the incredible expensive gifts that make up this year's Neiman Marcus Fantasy Gift Catalog. This is good.
At Planet Nissan.
This is Good Day Las Vegas.
Qantas Airlines has made the longest nonstop commercial passenger flight. The 19-hour and 16-minute journey went from New York to Sydney, covering over 10,000 miles.
Goodness. Wow. Hopefully the passengers got more than pretzels and a lame movie to watch. The airline's researching the potential impacts of long-haul flights on pilots, crew, and passengers as well. And just, I guess, overall patience.
Oh my goodness. That's a long time.
524. It is a big week for earnings reports. We could also finally see an end to the General Motors strike.
Diane King Hall joins us live from Wall Street. Good morning. It's Monday, Diane. How are you?
Good morning. Good Monday morning. I love that chit chat you guys just had about that long flight. To John's point, oh yeah, pack your patience, as they say. Woo. All right, so let's start with a recap of stocks. They lost ground on Friday amid a big drop in shares of Boeing. That company under the microscope after revelations of some new messages. The Dow sank 255 points. The Nasdaq fell 67. The S&P 500 lost 11. Investors will be focusing this week on more company earnings and trying to determine the true impact of the trade war with China. Rather, will it have a big impact on the broader economy? Major companies set to report include Boeing, Amazon, and Microsoft. And General Motors union workers return to the picket line today as the strike at the automaker enters its second month. Now, on Wednesday, the UAW and GM announced a tentative settlement, but the union is keeping the pickets going until 49,000 employees sign off on the 4-year deal, which includes pay raises and an $11,000 signing bonus. Voting started yesterday. John and Sherry.
Wow, that's a long strike.
Yeah.
All right, Diane, we understand there's a new wish list that beats all the wish lists for the holidays. Tell us what's on this one.
So I'll take holiday gifts I'm not getting for $400, please. It's Neiman Marcus. It's out with its list of 2019 fantasy gifts. The luxury department store's curated collection of items and experiences for the uber wealthy include a $70,000 custom doghouse and a 6-figure Christian Louboutin shopping trip to Paris, cha-ching. For $700 grand and change, you can snag a James Bond travel package that includes a custom Aston Martin designed by Daniel Craig himself. Sherry and John.
But does it include Daniel Craig himself? Then maybe I'll buy it.
Sherry!
What? That's a fair question.
Stop. No, you're in timeout. No.
Oh, I'm in timeout.
That's part of their premium package.
You are. Right, exactly. They're just testing out how people react to this one. Maybe they'll add them next year.
Yeah.
Silent auction.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you very much. We'll start saving up for your own Aston Martin a little bit later on.
It's just an idea, Diane.
It's not an awful
I want
idea.
the Christian Louboutin.
That's a good one, too. Have a good day.
Yes.
Well,
All right, you guys.
He's one of the breakout stars of the Beatles.
Aren't they all stars?
I think so.
Anyway, coming up, we're going to hear from Ringo Starr about his new projects in the works and what inspires him to create. It's Good Day Las Vegas.
More lawyer, less fee.
Good morning. Now on Good Day Las Vegas, a 20-year-old search for a missing girl picks up steam. New evidence that could help find the little girl who vanished from downtown decades ago. Plus, North Las Vegas police are investigating several officer-involved shootings, why they think the suspects might be connected to other crimes. And enjoy the warmth today. We do have some cooler temperatures on the horizon. Sherry's looking at the changes in your Weather Now forecast. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
Now, live. This is Good Day Las Vegas.
It is indeed 5:30 here on a Monday morning. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm John Langler. Alex Backus has the morning off. She was out of town and unfortunately missed an amazing weekend across southern Nevada. We had beautiful weather. Sherry, was great for the walk over the weekend as well. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend.
It really was. So for whatever anybody was doing outdoors, it really was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's a little crisp out there this morning. We've got clear skies. Temperatures across the valley in the low 50s and very close to 40s this morning. So jacket up before you get out. Make sure you get some long sleeves on, sweater, light jacket. Just make sure that if you're going to be out for a while. We're watching severe weather. Tornadoes hitting the Dallas-Fort Worth area last night, and that line of thunderstorms is crossing into Arkansas, Tennessee, as well as Mississippi this morning. So those storms will be continuing to hold together and maybe causing more damage to areas in the deep south this morning and later today. Kiddos, you got a nice Monday ahead of you. It's going to be slightly warmer than yesterday. We'll look for temperatures to warm through the morning and finish off this afternoon at 80 degrees with light winds. Lots of water, air staying very dry. 5:31. Let's get to the roads. Good morning, Nate.
Morning, Sherry, and good morning to you as you're getting going here on your back to work, back to school Monday morning. The overall traffic map looking green. Three things we want to show you. They have now finally lifted the cones in the northbound airport connector tunnel off the 215. A lot of times they've been getting that done before 5. It was closer to 5:30. So you see the NDOT work crew over there, and now the lanes are back open. Also, a pretty bad crash at Tropicana and Eastern. Now traffic is managing to wiggle through here in all four directions, but you do have to be extra careful. I know that northbound Eastern is definitely slow coming up on Tropicana. Westbound Trop going through Eastern is also slow. Watch for that emergency equipment there. Once again, this is Tropicana and Eastern. Traffic is squeezing through, but you got to be careful. John?
Nate, thank you. It is 5:32. It was 20 years ago today when the search began for the girl you see behind me, 7-year-old Carla Rodriguez. She disappeared in downtown Las Vegas, and now Carla's family and Metro Police are putting the call out to the public once again to try and find her. Bianca Holman live this morning downtown where the girl originally disappeared with a new type of DNA testing that police are going to try and use to find her. Bianca?
Yeah, John, as you can imagine, in 1999 to now, there is so much more advances in technology. And so now Metro has more databases they can use to search through DNA. And it was 20 years ago today that search started, and it's continuing right out here on 6th in St. Louis, which is where Carla disappeared 20 years ago. Now, Rodriguez, her family, again, they're searching for her, and Metro has released a composite sketch of what she would look like at 27 years old. Metro also says they will use her parents' DNA to search through public databases that weren't available before.
It's a different type of DNA testing that allows us to identify where folks have been. And so the database is typically populated by folks in the general population with types of tests such as Ancestry&Me, 23andMe, Family Tree, these types of testing. And so those typically are public databases. So this is a type of testing that we're also going to perform on Carla's parent samples, and we're going to enter them into several different databases in the hopes that she has reached out and provided her sample as well.
In our hearts, she's alive. Because if there's no clues, that means she's alive. And if someone has that clue, to please contact us, contact the police. Carla, we are here, your family. We miss you.
All right, we'll catch up with Bianca in a little bit, but the woman you just heard from, her sister just turned 15 when Carla disappeared. She's still heartbroken. She's begging the public to try and help find young Carla Rodriguez. Investigators are asking anybody with any information to contact Metro Police. It is now 5:34. North Las Vegas police are looking for suspects from 2 separate officer-involved shootings. The latest happened yesterday morning near Alexander and Revere. Police say a man was breaking into cars. They saw him. They say he took off. There was a chase. An officer fired a shot but missed. Police only say right now they're looking for an armed black man in his 20s with braided hair. Also in North Las Vegas, police are still looking for the people involved in a chase early Friday morning. Here's some video of it. This happened near Lone Mountain and Decatur. Officers tried to pull over a truck with fake license plates when the driver, they say, rammed into the police car. An officer in training shot several times at the truck, but the driver got away. One of the officers was hurt but should survive. Detectives say the Ford involved in that police shooting, that pickup truck, is the same one seen in a series of commercial burglaries. The 2 suspects were caught recently on surveillance video. There you see it right there. If you recognize those folks or know anything about the officer-involved shooting, contact North Las Vegas Police or Crime Stoppers, 702-385-5555. You can always remain anonymous. Sherry?
North Las Vegas is planning to reopen its detention center. That means the city is looking to hire more than 100 corrections officers. Pay starts at $25 an hour. The new Community Correctional Center is also planning to hire other staff. The facility closed back in 2012 when the city was going through a number of financial issues, but those have since been resolved. If you're interested, you can visit the City of North Las Vegas website for more information. Also, if you want to work in the gaming or hospitality industry, the Tuscany Hotel and Casino is hosting a job fair. That's Thursday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. The company plans to have on-site interviewing and on-the-spot hiring. If you can't make it to the fair, you can also apply online. John?
Jerry, thank you. It's now 5:37 and it's hard to believe, but Halloween is next Thursday.
Boo! Of course, it is a night full of fun, but there's also real danger with so many kids and families walking through neighborhoods. Clark County put out a PSA helping to protect trick-or-treaters. So when the jack-o'-lanterns come out, that means inside by 9. They're asking kids to get home, homeowners to turn off their porch lights by 9 p.m. to signal we're all done with the candy.
It's all of our responsibility to look out for our kids. They're excited. They're not only excited to go out and get treats, but they're excited wearing their new costumes. And so the big thing is that we're all in this thing together, and it's our job to make sure that we all look out for all of our children.
Clark County Commissioner Lawrence Weekly repeating the recommendations we should all know. Kids need to wear reflective gear, avoid masks that cover up the eyes, only visit homes that have their porch light on. And Commissioner Weekly also reminds drivers, boy, you've got to be on high alert and go slow through trick-or-treating neighborhoods, John.
Indeed. Meanwhile, there are plenty of spooktacular houses across the Las Vegas Valley this time of year. This one is in North Las Vegas. Homeowner has been eerily greeting guests with this elaborate display for more than a decade. Now, we want to share your Halloween decorations, and you can send your video to pics@8newsnow.com, or you can post your videos to our Facebook page, Instagram, again, MySpace, Friendster, all of it. We're going to share them on the air and on 8newsnow.com. Nate?
Well, John, it's not just homeowners getting into the Halloween spirit. Plenty of fun and scary things all over town for the holiday. We have a full list of events on our website, 8newsnow.com. Everything from family-friendly haunted houses to trick-or-treat events. Go to 8newsnow.com. Search Halloween happenings.
Got your candy already? The bags of candy to give to the...
No.
That's a no. I knew that was going to be no as soon as I asked. 5:38 here on Good Day Las Vegas. Coming up, the Beatles, of course, are long gone, but Ringo Starr certainly is not.
Oh, gosh, no. The band's drummer, he is still very busy. Wants to talk about the project he's working on right now, John.
We'll hear from him, plus Prince Harry and his wife Meghan dealing with some issues, why the couple plans to take a break from royal duties. You're watching 8 News Now.